In a world drunk on visibility, the quietest people in the room are often the most dangerous. Not dangerous in the way that makes noise, dangerous in the way that moves mountains. They don't post, they don't perform, they don't chase. And somehow, without trying, they carry more peace, more clarity, and more raw power than everyone refreshing their notifications at 2 a.m. If you think silence signals insecurity, look closer. The people who've stepped away from the feed aren't afraid of being seen. They've simply evolved past needing it. That's not the same thing. That's not even close to the same thing. They've stopped outsourcing their worth. These people don't narrate their lives for an audience. They don't market their milestones or dress up their growth for public consumption, not because they're ashamed of it, because it's sacred to them. Their wins live in their chest, not on a screen. They validate themselves in the quiet hours, in private, where no one's watching and no one's clapping. And that's exactly where real confidence is built. Because here's what most people don't understand. Confidence doesn't announce itself. It walks into a room without saying a word, and somehow everybody feels it. They chose peace over performance. We live in a culture that has confused exposure with connection and visibility with meaning. These people saw through it. They opted out, not by accident, but on purpose, with full awareness of what they were leaving behind. They understand that the most sacred chapters of their lives don't owe anyone a highlight reel. They refuse to convert genuine joy into content for strangers to scroll past. They guard their peace the way other people guard their reputation. And they've learned, quietly and without announcing it, that being unseen is not a weakness, it's a weapon. They're not missing, they're building. Silence is almost always mistaken for absence, but for these people, silence is where everything real is happening. They're deep in the work, creating, constructing, becoming. They're not performing the version of themselves that looks good online, they're actually becoming the version that is good, in real life, where it actually counts. While others are crafting the perfect caption, these people are finishing the thing the caption would have been about. They don't need to check in with the world because they're too busy checking in with themselves. They're not falling behind. They are so far ahead it would make your head spin because they never stopped moving to show you they were moving. Mastery doesn't survive distraction, and they know that. They are lone wolves by design. This isn't antisocial behavior, it's energetic discernment. There's a difference between someone who can't connect and someone who chooses carefully who they connect with. These people know what happens when you hand too many people access to your attention, your energy, your nervous system. They felt the drain, so they stopped. They speak when it adds something real. They share selectively, deliberately, only with people who've earned it. Their privacy isn't a wound, it's a wall they built on purpose. And that's what makes their presence so striking when they do show up. The lone wolf doesn't chase the pack. The lone wolf builds the path. You don't need to be loud to be powerful. You don't need an audience to be growing. You don't need to be seen by everyone to matter deeply to the world. Sometimes the most profound thing you can do is disappear from the noise entirely and quietly, patiently, without anyone watching, become someone extraordinary.